Hi there, Gemini. Welcome back. Alright, guys. Let's see what's going on in your energy here. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Gemini. Now, if you're new here, if you're a cross watcher, my name is Ninja and I'll be your reader. Just know that this is an all Gemini channel. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Gemini. First card out, we have the King of Blades coming out for you. Remember, guys, that this could be a past reading, a future reading, or a present reading. So remember that it's a general reading, so do take what resonates with you. Leave the rest for somebody else. Tell me more here for Gemini Spirit, please and thank you. Well, I can already tell this is going to be an interesting one. But the one thing that really sticks out to me is this Ace of Sticks, which is a new, passionate beginning, which I love. But looks like you got some stuff going on here. Let's see what else comes out. Spirit. Okay. Oh, yeah. An important decision is about to be made. Okay. Now, Gemini, I am hearing that you are making judgments. Okay. You're passing judgments here. You're trying to think clearly. You're trying to use your head. You're trying to use your intellect. But you're dealing with people, 3 specific people, who are coming toward you or who are around you who are very immature. Okay? First of all, they're very immature. Now, I do see here that you're trying to avoid them. You're trying to get away from them because you're trying to have this new, passionate beginning with that Ace of Sticks energy. You know, you want something new. With the 4 of Coins energy and the Chariot, it's like you're trying to get your life back on track or you're trying to keep your life on track. Okay? So it's either or, right? You're trying to keep your life going in the direction that you've worked so hard to have it in and trying to hold on to the assets that you've worked so hard to hold on to. It doesn't mean that you're greedy or selfish, but that is exactly what they're trying to say here. They're trying to say that you are greedy, you are selfish. And you are living like a king while they're over there in a homeless shelter, while they're living in their vehicle. I see the 3 of them as working really hard to create some kind of bad news for you that will prevent you from turning your back on them or prevent you from moving away, moving forward in your life away from them where they can't reach you. Okay? Because they're trying to, or maybe you've already done this, like you've already moved on from this couple. This could be a couple and their child. Could be. But it's definitely 3 people. 3 older people, approximately 40 or older. And then there's one about 25, 35, something like that. Okay? So it could be 2 parents and a child. That's what I'm getting. But it doesn't have to be. Now, they're doing this because they want you to return. Okay? They want you to return. They want to make sure that you can't get away. Now, I don't understand it, but it's saying that they know that if you were to go ahead and move into the future, turn your back on them, that you will have a fear or some kind of anxiety about returning. So they know that once you go, you're never coming back. Okay? That's what the point is here. They're worried that you're going to get to this point. And once you get to this point, you're never coming back. That's why they're trying to create something here. They're trying to give you like a bad message, news, bad news or something like that. Okay? It's like they want this younger person to be the one to tell you the bad news. That's what I'm getting. Tell me more about the Page of Cups in reverse. See? Confirmation. Okay. One thing is they want you to be afraid, okay? Afraid not to be able to take a risk, not be able to move forward. It's like they're trying to make sure that you have it in your head that you will never get your way. Things will not turn in your favor. You will not find peace. You will not find harmony out there in the world. You're not going to get your way. You're not going to be able to have a new beginning, and you're never going to be able to make money or enough money to get away from them. Okay? This is what's in the message that they want to send you, okay? To make you feel this way. I don't know exactly word for word what is going to be in this message, but I guarantee you it's intended to make you feel this way. Like you don't have a right to take a risk, or if you take a risk it's going to leave you destituted or something like that, right? They want you to feel like you don't have enough resources. You need them. But yet they're the one that is living in a homeless shelter right now, or they're the ones that are living in their car. They're the ones that are camping outside or something like that along those lines. Okay? Because that's how it's coming out. They're outside. And they are definitely blaming you for their predicament, for what they're going through. And the reason why I think they're living in the car is because we do have the Chariot card there, guys. Just so you know, okay? Again, see, that's what it's all about. It's all about that. It's all about you moving on. See, the thing is that you have something here. You have some kind of asset or money or resources. You have something that they need. And that's the problem. You got something that they want. And you're holding on to something. See, it seems like you have a very strong hold, or mentally, you have a very strong focus on your ability to create money or resources for yourself. You have a very strong mind when it comes to money and how you handle money, okay? In other words, you have a lot of control, self-control, discipline. You're able to save money. You might be a couponer or something, but you don't have to be. But the point is that when it comes to your finances, you are very much in control. Like, you know where every little penny goes. Okay? You know when to save money, when to, where the money needs to go. You are good when it comes to money, to the point where they're trying to say that you are a miser. You're greedy. You're selfish. You won't give it to them. How dare you? How dare you be so greedy, while they're over there having fun and eating out and possibly making very foolish decisions with their money. They feel like you should keep contributing to them if you already have been, or they feel like you should, okay? And it could be just because of whatever reasons. Now, I do see here that they're trying to create some kind of confusion with this message, okay? For one of you, I'm getting this vibe like this might be your child that's coming towards you, a very immature person who is being manipulated by the other two, okay? Yes. Could be two father figures. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But they're coming through as two father figures, so it could be a male and a female, and the female is in her masculine energy, right? Or it could be two females who are both in their masculine energy. Take it as it resonates. But they are trying to create some kind of illusion, confusion to get their way. Okay? It's coming out twice in this reading about them trying to do this, okay? Now, I'm also seeing that they have very ill intentions here with this message, okay? So you're going to be receiving a message here. And you're going to receive it before you have a new start, okay? Yes, exactly. They want to control you. They want to take advantage. We have the Emperor coming out. Gemini, I'm hearing that I want to say an authority figure, but it could be a father figure, has set down some rules for this couple. Okay? They have set down some rules, they've written them down, and they're saying, hey, you gotta follow these rules. And this couple is like, hell no, we don't want to follow these rules. That's what they're saying. Actually, one of them is becoming very, very arrogant. Okay? One of them is becoming very, very arrogant, and they don't like the rules because the rules have something to do with tradition. And this person does not like tradition. So, for instance, this one is saying, hey, unless y'all are married, y'all can't share a room. Unless y'all are married, you're not going to sleep in the same bed under my roof, right? That person is setting down some kind of rules like that are more traditional. And this person's like, no, we could sleep with each other, we could sleep wherever, we could just do whatever we want. And this person's like, you're under my roof. You gotta listen to me, right? So there is this I wanna say conflict going on. Okay? And one of these people is being very arrogant. And this one person who has the authority to make these rules, they're seeing them as being very rigid type of rules, right? It's kind of like if you use a cup, you need to wash it and put it away right away. Keep the house clean, right? They've made some kind of very strict rules to keep things in order, and these two don't want to follow it at all. They don't want to follow it, so they feel like you should take on the responsibility for them because of that younger person. That's why I feel like it might be your child. Okay? So they feel like you should take on some kind of responsibility for them because of the child. I don't know about this. Don't make no sense because that child is coming out as being like 20 years old, Maybe they're younger. I don't know. They could be younger. Okay? But there is something here that this couple is rejecting. It has something to do with societal type of expectations. So what are societal expectations? Well, societal expectations are get a job, usually like get a job, rent a house, um, things like that. Get married, have children. These are kind of our societal type of expectations. Don't break the law, follow the rules, right? Those are other ones. Get a driver's license if you want to drive a car, things like that. And this couple's like, those rules don't apply to us. Those rules don't apply to us. We want to live freely. We want to be free. We were born free. But see, they're saying these things. They were born free and all these things. And okay, it's great. Sounds wonderful. But they want you to pay for it. And that's the problem here. Okay? They want you to give them something. They need something from you. You have something they want. And it looks like it's money, possessions, materialism. Okay? And this is why they're trying to make it seem like you're just greedy and selfish. They're trying to make you look bad, like you're the bad guy. Okay? And they're feeding all this stuff to this younger person. And this younger person is so confused. And they are a bit on the immature side. Okay? Because of what the energy that they're getting fed every day. Okay, this couple is like feeding them this BS every day. And this younger person is looking at you, Gemini, like you are the bad guy. They're looking at you, Gemini, like, you're the bad guy. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get with the program and do what they want you to do? So for one of you, I do feel very strongly this is your child. But let me know in the comments, okay? This could be a past reading for you. This could be a future reading for you. They don't want you to go off. They're very worried about you. See, they're so worried about you having a new beginning. The Ace of Sticks and the Ace of Cups. They're really worried about you having a new beginning and getting away, moving away, distancing yourself, speeding away into another world, away from them. You know what I mean? Yes. And you know what? What makes me mad is because I'm hearing that you've been doing things the right way more likely your whole life. Okay? For one of you, you might have started working when you were very young. So everything that you have earned it. Everything that you own, you have earned it. But they don't see it that way. Because it doesn't fall into their ideas of how they want to live their life. So they feel like, well, you should pay for them, you should take care of them. I'm hearing you have a very strong willpower. Yes, and very determined. You're a very determined person. And you're very focused about keeping yourself on the on the right track, right? Like you're very focused on keeping on the right road to get to where you want to be in life, right? You're very focused on what your next steps are going to be. Like you already plan things out before it happens, before you even get to the crossroads. You're already looking ahead. That takes energy, that takes work. See, they don't want to do that because it ruins the fun for them. And for one of you, I'm telling you, this couple is sitting around drinking, smoking, getting drunk, you know? They're too busy partying to be serious about life. But it's weird. What blows my mind is they feel like they have a right to disrupt your life so they can have a better life, so they can continue to live this way. One of them wants to control, well, they both want to control you. What am I saying? They're coming back. You got the Six of Swords coming out twice in this reading. They're coming back with trouble, okay? They're coming back with trouble. They're not getting what they want and they're angry about it. And they feel like it's unfair because how dare you or anybody in the world tell them to follow the rules? How dare you? It's kind of like these people that are on food stamps and they're getting upset because, you know, they're saying, hey, you need to work, I think it's 20 hours a week. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that, like where they need to at least have a job or something, and then they're coming out online and they're like, oh no, I have to get a job, oh my gosh, you know. And they're doing stuff like that and it's like, what is wrong with you? And they're so young. They're really young people who are doing this, and it's like, you are young, what is wrong with you? But anyways, that's the kind of energy I'm getting from these two. Okay, basically is what I'm trying to say. And you have the Two of Swords coming out, the Six of Swords coming out twice in this reading, which I find it to be very concerning because it's usually like returning to trouble or trouble coming back to you. So that might be part of what this message is. You know what I mean? Is them trying to bring trouble back to you, you know, or them trying to like make you feel stuck. Or like you don't have control, right? So, because with you being so strong-willed and determined, of course you want to stay in control. You have invested so much in what you're doing in life and where you're going. So, of course, you want to have some kind of control, but they want to take that control away from you. They want you to change, which is weird because they want you to change, but then they want to benefit. Do you see the irony in this? They want you to change so you'll stay where you are, but they want to benefit from you because of who you are. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense, right? It's irony, right? They want you to go through some kind of emotional turmoil. Okay? So more likely they're going to try to make you feel really guilty about what you're doing. All right? I don't know who this couple is. Could be your own parents, and that could be your sibling. But it's something like that where they want to make you feel guilty. Like you should take the responsibility for everybody. So yeah, you're trying to escape. That's how they're seeing it. Yeah. They're seeing it like you're trying to escape from them. I don't think anybody would blame you. You know what I mean? I don't think one person would ever blame you for trying to escape this couple. It's kind of like they want to brainwash you into thinking that if you leave, it's going to be more trouble out there. Like if you left, for one of you, they're not homeless yet, but if you left, they would become homeless. So You might be paying like half of the rent or something, or you're paying the majority of the bills, or you're contributing something, and then they won't be able to stay there if you leave. That's what I'm hearing. So for one of you, this could be like roommates or something, or people that you're living with, and then if you leave, that's it. It's over. They're going to be homeless because they want to live a certain kind of life, but a life without structure, or a life without rules, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's something like that. Let me know in the comments, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this reading, but this is what's going on around you, okay? They're going to send you that message. They're going to make you feel bad, really, really bad. They're going to make you feel really guilty, okay? Yeah, because they want you to struggle, internally struggle with what you're doing. Make you feel like you're being cold-blooded or wrong or something like that, okay? Yeah. Thank you for joining me, Gemini. I'm going to get out of this reading, okay? But do be expecting this. They don't want you moving forward. They want you to stay stuck. That's what it's all about. They want to keep you stuck. They don't want you to have that passionate new beginning. Spirit is saying, go have that passionate new beginning. You deserve it. You deserve it. And who are they to tell you that you can't have that? Go ahead. You know? For one of you, I was hearing that you were thinking about doing van life, or you're thinking about something like that, and you're thinking, why are you there just, paying half of the bills and spending your money? And go ahead. Go do it. Really. I'm a big supporter of van life. I'm a big supporter of van life. I don't understand why people are against it. I really don't understand it, but I have seen some videos where people are misbehaving and becoming a nuisance to society, and it's because of those people that they're making these laws. It's those people who are ruining it for everybody else. I saw one video where a woman was sitting in the parking lot, and it was like a business center, and apparently she had been there already. They told her to leave. She was gone for a few days, decided to come back, and she's sitting in the parking lot with her doors open, drinking, and just just sitting there and making it very obvious, right? Smart people don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious, If you're gonna sit in the car, it's fine. Just don't make it so obvious. But this woman was just going out of her way to make it very obvious, and it makes me wonder why. Why would she do that? Why would she want to bring attention to herself? Now the guy that was videotaping it, he was gonna call the Pope, the police on them, and they were gonna, do all that kind of stuff. Now she's gonna bring more attention to herself because now everybody's gonna be watching that. And it's people like that that ruin it for everybody else. Or the people who throw trash everywhere. Take the trash with you. There's plenty of trash cans everywhere. Even Walmart has trash cans right at their doors that you could throw your trash away. There's no reason to throw litter all over the floor. These people are ruining it. And let me tell you something. You know what? While I'm on this topic, especially for you who is interested in van life, um, back when I had my first daughter, there was a company called Reed Candle Company in San Antonio. I kid you not. They were doing their books, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we got all this money. How do we have all this money?" It was like thousands of dollars, right? They're like, "We have thousands of dollars, and we shouldn't have it." And it was like, I want to say 12,000, which was a lot. Back in 1990, that was a lot. That was, you know, 15,000. That's back then. That was like 1/3 of a nice house. You already had 1/3 of having, paying cash for a really nice house, right? Especially in San Antonio at that time, because the average home back then, a 3-bedroom, 1 bath with a nice yard, 50 by 150 square foot, lot, was about approximately 40,000, 45,000. But of course, you could find them cheaper, fixer uppers, a lot cheaper. So trust me when I say 15,000, it was a lot back then. Not like today. That's it only lasts a couple months, right? Not very long, right? Won't get you very far, especially with $2,000 rents and $1,000 for your electricity bill, and no, it won't get you very far. But back then, yes, okay, in comparison, and they couldn't figure it out. Well, it turns out one of the guys was living in his car, and what he was doing is he was like cashing one check, 1 week, one of his weekly checks, right? He was cashing one of them, and he was living off of the money for like 4 weeks. So he would get four other checks that he wouldn't cash. You know what I mean? And then that he would just live off of that one check because he was saving money. He didn't put the money in the bank. He didn't trust banks. I don't necessarily trust banks either myself, but he didn't trust banks, so he was just holding on to the checks. Man, but it took days. They had to go through every little receipt. They had to go through everything to figure out who it was that was doing that. And you know what they had to do? A friend of mine, she was telling me about it. They had to give him a check, a big check. It was a lot. It was a lot of money. They had to give him one big check, and they told him that he needed to go cash that check because he was messing up their paperwork. He was messing up their books. The point I'm trying to make is this guy had been doing this for like 2 years, living out of his car. You know, almost 2 years, not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years. He was living out of his car, and he was saving money, and he wasn't being a nuisance to anybody. He was minding his own business. I never knew he was living out of his car. He always showed up clean and always looked well put together. Yeah, he had some clutter in the back seat of his car, but then so do I. And I'm not living out of my vehicle, but my car always looks like I am, but I'm not. And my cars have always looked like that. I have dog toys, dog leashes, pillows for my dogs, fans for my dogs. Um, I'm short, so I have to sit on a pillow so I can see over the dashboard. So I have my pillows in there and stuff like that. So my cars have always looked like that. And I wasn't living out of my car, but this guy was, and he's not the only one. There was another man when I used to work in security. I did a lot of different jobs, guys. But I used to work in security as a security guard, and there was this one guy. He was living out of his car, and I did not know it. I had seen him there for like over a year, and the only reason why I found out that he was living out of his car is because he told me. That's it. Otherwise, I would have never known. He's always clean, always well put together. His car was always organized. Didn't act suspicious, didn't act weird. Came to work every day on time. Not a nuisance at all. So the point is these people are ruining it. But I'm a big supporter. So listen, Spirit is saying, do what you gotta do. All right, do what you gotta do. That's the point I'm trying to make. I know I tend to ramble sometimes, but do what you